Say that's what it is. That's what it is.
Exactly. So now on to the next topic. These people right here.
Moving on to the Duggars, who've also been really big on the internet.
Have
in the
they?
last week or so, especially because TMZ broke some news that one of their sons, Josh Duggar, had charges when he was younger of molesting. As just said, molesting multiple girls,
Right, his own sisters.
underage
What kind
girls.
of man is that?
And it came out that it was his sisters, and one of them was a babysitter. And
Wow.
he made a statement. He didn't deny it. He made a statement.
Well, because it was on record too. They
they
actually contacted the police with this shit.
right. And when you think about it, if it was his sisters, and they contacted the police, the parents kind of did what they could. I think maybe, I don't know. It's like how as a parent do you deal with something like that? Who knows?
Well, it's sure been a lot of people attacking him.
But
Like
they've been
Montel
attacked.
Williams, boy. See that, and that's another thing is, it's how they had these famous black people attacking these white people, like really attacking them. Like Montel Williams just been snapping on this family. He's been calling them hypocritical. That they said some stuff about gay people, transgender people,
Right.
and now here it is, their son
Is a molester.
Right. Or, well, yeah, exactly. And so let me see. Why would they did an interview on Megyn Kelly, right? Let me see if we can bring that up.
The two girls. Oh, you have the interview?
Let me see. No, I want to play parts of it. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Take us back to 2002. How did you first learn that there was a problem with Josh?
Well, 12 years ago, we went through one of the most darkest times that our family's ever gone through. And our son Josh came to us on his own, and he was crying. And he had just turned 14. And he said that he had actually improperly touched some of our daughters. And it was...
We were shocked. I mean, we were just devastated. I don't think any parent is prepared for trauma like that. And I think we had one ray of hope in that Josh had a tender conscience, and he was the one that came and shared on his own, even though the others really didn't know anything of his wrongdoing.
This is a young boy who has come to you with shocking information. What did he say? I mean, how did you respond to him? What was that like, that exchange?
There was so much grief in our hearts. I think as parents, we felt, we're failures. Here we tried to raise our kids to do what's right, to know what's right. And yet, one of our children made some really bad choices. And I think as a parent, we were devastated.
Did he explain why? I mean, was that a question that you asked?
He said he was just curious about girls, and he had gone in and just basically touched them over their clothes while they were asleep, and they didn't even know he had done it. And so we went, and the first thing was to protect the girls, and so we went in.
The girls all slept together?
Yes, the girls had 2 bedrooms at the time, but anyway.
How many girls were we talking
We
about?
had 5 girls at the time.
Okay.
And so, but anyway, he went in and said he had done this, and so we, first off, of course, really talked to him, and then we went and talked to all the girls and the children.
It was so important for us as parents to talk to our girls and make sure that nothing else had happened. And so
what did they say?
Well, one by one, as we talked with them, none of them were aware of Josh's wrongdoings.
So they learned about it from you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Take us back to 2000.
Really?
Okay.
That's a typical, I hate to say, I don't want to say conservative. I don't want to label white people. I don't want to label, like when something horrendous is done, they can't deal with it, right? So they gotta manipulate and make it not look as bad as it is. They said he came to them. Who believes that shit? I know you probably was believing that.
Yeah, I'll
You see
fall
what I
for
mean?
it.
Because
I'll fall for it.
that humanized him like he felt guilty.
Well, you
Bullshit. He ain't came to nobody.
well
Then they gonna say the girls didn't even know.
that's the piece that kills me.
Shit.
Because I can see how they would
Lying
come to that.
damn Christians.
If you come from that kind of background, a real strict upbringing or whatever,
Right.
you know, your conscience can be really super strong. You know, you hadn't made that deal yet with your conscience, the one where it don't bother you and you won't bother it. It just do what you do. But at some point at that age, yeah, that happens, and I can see him coming clean about it. I don't think,
and that's why they brought that up, because they know there was people out there that would fall for that.
But now what does kind of concern me is like, oh, well, the girls didn't even know that it had happened. They knew it had happened.
Well, then if you
they may have not, you know, they may have been so young that they didn't realize that there was really something wrong with what happened, but they knew what happened.
They went to the parents. I don't give a damn what them parents say. The girls, or maybe, because, you know, one of the girls wasn't one of the sisters.
Right. She
right?
was a babysitter.
So maybe
she's old enough.
Maybe this fool was doing it to the sisters before. And they, I don't know, not got used to it or whatever. They just, you know, that's their big brother. They were scared to say something. And then he did it to this girl who came over, and she the one who probably went and told her parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
see, I'm not believing them.
You're not believing this
Hell
at all.
to the no.
You're not
Are
believing
you
it at
out
all.
your damn mind? But I know how America. They
and it's America. And
always
they're the
trying to deny
Duggars,
shit,
and
real shit.
They're just kids and yeah.
That's how they can't stand. You know, it's like, not to bring in our history, but they act like it was just just business. Slavery was just business, because that's how they got to condition themselves. They have to rationalize and justify bullshit when they know they was evil as a motherfucker. And these supposed to be Christians. They know that didn't go down like that. How did the police get called?
Oh, so their son came to them. You know, as you say this, their son.
Why would, if it was just?
So you saying that their son didn't come and say, hey, you know what? I touched over my sister's clothes. I didn't reach underneath her clothes. I was just curious about girls, and so I touched on top of her clothes. And they said, oh my goodness, what a terrible thing for you to do. Let me go ask the girls if they remember you touching them, and then we'll call the police.
Yeah, it's just as sarcastic as you were saying that, right? How the hell? And what gets me is on Fox News, this interview, dumbass Megyn Kelly, and America believes anything the media
because
says.
It's on Fox News and it's Megyn Kelly. Remember,
and they're conservative.
Look,
this man was a Republican who ran for Republican office or something like that. Trying to humanize these
Megyn
motherfuckers.
Kelly don't even understand that Jesus Christ is black. So let's
come on.
Let's leave, you know, where is she going through? What's she going through with all of that? But then, you know, recently, just a couple of days ago, the daughters were on Megyn Kelly.
That's coming on. They're going to finish that interview on Friday.
And they're saying even
they're
now,
more mad at the system.
Yeah. Oh, we're making us relive this. We had already swept it under the rug and ignored it.
I like the way you said that, because they ain't not saying it like that. Swept it under the rug and ignored it.
That's exactly what's going on.
And then your man Don Lemon had them was discussing it last night, and I guess he's a victim of something like that or whatever. I knew he was a victim of something, but it's amazing me how when white people involved,
the rest of the community.
Look, when it's a white related issue and these talk shows have all these pundits on, these professional pundits. They'll have black professional pundits when it's a black issue, right? But when it's a white issue, like last night, he had all white professional pundits, psychologists, and you know, so and so on. But the only black person on there was that Turner girl, who's a celebrity gossiper. Yes. And she was giving insight to what is TLC gonna do.
Well, wait, now that's where I got issues, right there. What is TLC going to do? Because the show's still on the air. They're talking about doing a spinoff show on the kids, the married couples. The show is making like
they get like $25
million just this year, and so it's a cash cow. But they're not keeping it on TV just because it's a cash cow. They're not. When they found out that Mama June from Honey Boo Boo had connections to somebody who was a convicted sex offender, they canceled that show within that week. It was like a few days canceled.
The ratings must have been going down.
No, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was making $80 million in revenue.
Wow.
So it's not the money; it's the
What channel was that on? Was
same
on
thing, TLC.
Oh, wow, so that's
Same thing.
calls that the molestation channel.
So, but this is my thing. We all know that. I'm not saying like if you are a sex offender or you may have a good story, but we know that label gets attached to people for all kinds of things that really.
Oh, right, because you could be 19.
With messing with an 18-year-old,
right?
Or
whatever. You could just be peeing in the park, and they catch you peeing in the park.
I ain't
urinating in the park.
Thank you. But still, it's still.
And then you consider
you're considered a sex offender because you couldn't hold your bladder.
Right.
It's not like you were a predator, you know.
Right.
So, but here we got
that's
two shows. Think about the image of 19 kids and counting. This Christian image with they clothes down to their ankles, which we saved our, not even saved sex for their wedding night, but we saved our first kiss to.
That's what they told us.
Married.
Now we know that we just didn't hear about.
I mean, hey, if he fiddled with his sisters, ain't no way he that was his first kiss. But at any rate, I'm sorry, that was a bad word to use.
Well, this is the internet.
But that's what
this is the YouTube internet. So.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to make it seem like it was nothing, but if he did that, but at any rate, you got this family, this big house. They always have. Oh, we're going to give them the pool house. We're giving them a house as a wedding present, family. Versus Honey Boo Boo in a trailer park. They had a reason to cut them off. They cut it right off because that's not the image they want
the
projected
white image
on
the
national conscious.
Honey Boo Boo them got treated like some Negroes. One mistake, you're gone. One mistake, you're gone.
Even though Honey Boo Boo represents 75% of the population.
Oh, yes, they do. That's how most white people live.
Most people do not live like the Duggars.
Hello.
They live like Mama June and Honey Boo Boo and
but that's not the image.
But that's not the
image.
That's
not the image.
So it was a reason that it was cut off.
Right. And in the rest of the interview, I don't have it all, but the parents was attacking the Children's Safety Center. They were attacking.
But it happened at
the juvenile center. See, and that's the main reason why I know it didn't happen the way they said it. Because if it was just the daughters, I don't believe that was his first time. Right. Like all of a sudden he did it one time and then he went to his daddy, his parents. Oh, I did this. The Lord is I don't want to hear. I know you
sound like Jimmy Swaggart. I
have sinned. Oh, really? Come on, really? And you was curious too, so I know you know. But I think if this babysitter or whoever that other girl wouldn't have been there because he touched her, she probably went home, told her parents. They contacted the police. Do you think the Duggars would have contacted the police on their own?
Child?
Hell no.
Well, here's the thing with the baby.
Hell to the no.
Here's the thing with the babysitters. The sisters were young. They probably were toddler, but the babysitter's old enough to know what's going on and to fight back, which means it probably wasn't consensual. It was probably fairly violent.
It was something. It didn't remind me of what was that girl in the pageant in Colorado that came up missing? They never found the killer.
John Bonet.
And remember, everyone assumed maybe the older brother did it, but the parents probably didn't want to turn him in because then they would have lost two childs, basically. Yeah. Boy, these people, these rich people, boy, they know how to hide.
They manipulate.
They sweep shit under they got some skeletons in their closet.
But the way they did it, I think a lot of people could.
Nobody would have ever known the leak. Now I am upset at the leaking.
Go ahead. Why?
I mean, not the leaking, because see, I didn't watch the show anyway, and I'm not upset because I'm kind of glad they got exposed, you know, because they was criticizing a lot of people, and they be sitting there all dissect. Oh, the Lord, oh, the Lord, and then they criticize other people and stuff.
Right.
Like I criticize Bruce Jenner, but it's not like I'm criticizing all gay people or all transgender people. I criticize specific ones, whatever they do. But I criticize everybody.
Right.
I don't pick and choose. You know what I mean? I go after the rappers. I go after Bill O'Reilly. Everybody is bullshit to me. All y'all punks. I don't like the police. I don't like the gangbangers. You see what I'm saying? I don't like any of them. So the drug dealers, the captain
equal opportunity hater.
Hell yeah. But these people pick and choose who they want to attack. That's why Montel Williams went after them hard, because he was calling them hypocrites and stuff. So,
but they were making their money. And what people really need to realize, though, is more so even than focusing on that family. Remember, the network is making over $20 million a year just in advertising dollars off running their reruns.
Off the reruns.
That's it. Just in there, but they only paying the family like $40,000 an episode, and it's 19 people. So even though 40,000 is a lot, it's nothing.
They gotta cut that up like that. That is nothing.
It's nothing compared to what
they
the
had a
network
winner
is
right
making.
there.
And the network copies, edits, gives them scripts.
So they probably only getting about $1 million total.
Right. So people need to pay more attention to the network.
I mean, it all helps though when you got 19 kids.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of mouths to feed. But
and grandkids.
You know, but people got to look at the networks behind it. Because, you know, a lot of this might be what people really believe. And how many families, you know, they had 20 cousins running around, playing around, and some cousin touched another cousin because they was curious. Not necessarily because they were trying to attack them, but shit happens. You know, I mean, I know growing up, personally, my mom, of course, my mom was real strict, but she ain't let us have do sleepovers and stuff like that. And when we did do sleepovers, it wasn't none of that go in your room and lock the door crap. Y'all sleepover is in the living room. We moving the furniture. All doors are
They was
open.
watching all y'all because your mama knew y'all was some bad little kids.
That's why we were so sweet.
She knew better to leave you
That's why we were so sweet. Sneaky, but sweet.
All they coming in with their Christian beliefs
I'm
and
still
stuff.
sneaky but sweet. Yeah, but anyway.
I thought you were sweet but sour, but I understand.
Oh, you trying to call me one of them sour patch kids and hit you over the head and then hang your Band-Aid or something?
That's amazing. And he's married and he got kids. So now that's going to be the new topic. Even though this was many years ago, what it was about 10 years ago when all this happened?
Yeah.
So now they probably going to be digging deep. Because once that pressure get on you, and he has 3 of his own kids, and so they start insinuating maybe doing his own kids like that. You know,
right.
You don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not what.
That's why the parents is coming off and talking about it the way they are. They're trying to make it seem like it was just an isolated incident instead of him having internal deep problems.
Deep problems.
Yes, you know, because that's all they was talking about last night on the talk shows is has he had therapy? Has he had sex therapy? Has he had all this type of? Has he been helped?
We haven't been there. We don't know what he needs, but I do.
Or been right.
Whatever. But I do know how the networks are pushing it. Even these interviews, everything that was said in those interviews could have been said on Twitter, and more people would have seen it.
Exactly. I don't understand why the parents didn't know this was going to come out. And I understand they thought the juveniles,
because
but
they
social.
thought that the networks made money off of us being wholesome, so that they won't let it out. But
it's social media and the internet. If the internet wasn't around, we wouldn't know about it. Trust me.
But being wholesome,
we don't know a lot of stuff that rich people be doing.
People like that show because it is, quote, wholesome, right? Well, they like the show because it's wholesome.
It's wholesome to you.
It appears wholesome. It appears positive.
Well, I never believed in the Brady Bunch mythology because that's what they're trying to get.
It appears positive.
Right.
Okay. Come on, give me something here.
They promote fake lifestyles of them great people all the time.
It's fake, it's fiction, but it appears positive. It appears like, hey, this is the ideal that you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so they setting a standard.
But if that really was the goal, why wouldn't we have more television like that? Why wouldn't we have 20 shows? Because out of all the people who like the Duggars, I bet you 90% of them watch Empire, Scandal, and everything else that's on TV. Why everything else?
You sure have forgot you black.
Why?
Because you talking like some people, like not a lot of black people. I know people watch because you should know they gonna treat.
I know a lot of black.
You know they want the images.
I know a lot of black people who watch.
What I'm saying, but they religious though.
Well, because
are they religious people?
They're family people.
Family people,
Because
exactly.
it's a family, and so my point is that.
But them the same people watch the Brady Bunch.
But my point here,
right,
is, and I do have one.
We'll get to it.
Don't make me throw this pencil at you.
I'm just saying.
My point, seriously, is that if they were really interested, people watch it because they have families interest. But if we're
and I get that part of it, because
because
that's why people used to watch. Because you know what, you're right.
We'd have more of it. It's
because people used to watch Kate
because there's so much garbage out there that you're excited about that one piece of good shit.
That one point is you think it's good shit. It's not good shit.
Well, better than the other shit. Maybe it's fresher shit than the old.
But I understand
shit.
people want to watch it because people used to watch Kate and her kids. But a lot of people, like I knew some of my co-workers who was females who would watch it because they had kids and they could relate to trying to feed them and dress, that type of stuff. So that's probably why people watch it, because they can relate to it. And then, it's curious, 19 kids. So I get that. But I always knew something. I don't trust nothing.
None of it's cool.
Huh?
None of it's cool.
I ain't never seen anything to this day on TV ever that I can go, wow. And nobody can debate with me. They'll keep bringing up something. What about this? What about the Cosby? What about the Jeff? What about the? I'll be like, I'll just be breaking them down. Bam, 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 bam. And I don't even need the Duggars because I would have broke them down already, even without. But that's a whole nother show. Even without the scandal. Look at the scandal, they call it. Scandal.
But see, other people need to realize how networks are doing they people. Because this ain't just, we're used to them doing it to black families on TV. We're used to the Good Times and such type things, the Parkers and stuff like that. They not used to them doing it to their families on TV.
Oh, that's a good point.
This whole situation is a scandal because the networks let it happen. And the networks created the scandal.
Of course, that's what they do. Them dumb motherfuckers. Anyway, so that's it. And we'll probably talk about this one again because it's just going to get more and more and more. Because, they supposed to get their own show.
Oh, speaking of which, one more thing. I got to bring it in there. The other two shows that had those same kind of scandals, Duck Dynasty, where they canceled it. Whatever, but they brought it back just without.
Why did they never want to put regular white people on TV? Because they just like Negroes. No, they fucking up shit. Let me stop.
They're not like Negroes. They're a whole different breed.
They some rough. Now, one of y'all been trying to hide, but reality TV is bringing out
your Duck Dynasty and your Honey Boo Boo do some crap and they get canceled. Your Duggars, not only do they not get canceled, they get an extra show. And Seventh Heaven is back. I saw that shit on TV, and that wasn't no young kid being curious. This was a grown ass man molesting multiple kids.
Oh, he's the real dude.
Yeah, and it's back on television. Man. Just so you know.
Okay, and that's it.